With a starter base and everything I could need to survive, it's time we start working towards 100%ing bedrock. Like I said last video, a large part of this challenge will be building in every single biome in the game. And the fastest way to get between biomes is the Nether. So let's get to making a Nether hub so we can access any biome we want. But first, we need to handle a couple of basic needs. Let's get to it. What the? Oh. Let's take her out. Thank you. Oh, that looks like it's fake. There we go. Honestly, pretty good gear. Oh, see ya. That went great. I've never gotten that lucky with the city before. It was sweet. Let's go home. After killing the dragon, raiding a city, and finding wings, we had plenty of new gear and levels to really upgrade our current armor. That's better. These are solid for now. But what good are wings without mending and unbreaking? Should be easy enough to grab a couple villagers. The hunt begins. Wow, that was like third try. On to the unbreaking book. I noticed that the iron farm stopped working after I bred those last villagers, so I decided to move them pretty far away. Unfortunately, the unbreaking book did not come as easily as the mending, but we still got it. Bang, finally. Unbreaking and mending are nice, but what good is an elytra really without infinite rockets too? I think that's enough. Sure looks like enough to me. Let's get the rest of the materials we need now. I got this farm design off of Blazed MC's channel. If you've never heard of him before, he has some awesome videos for all different types of farms for Bedrock Edition, along with some cool redstone stuff too. I'll try to link his channel in the bio. I also got my iron farm from his channel, so I know that his farms are always good. The block list for this farm isn't bad at all. The build incorporates a 20 block drop chamber, I think, that ensures that creepers take the most amount of damage possible without dying. They fall from these spawn platforms that are spawn-proofed using trapdoors and buttons. The trapdoors prevent spiders from spawning, and the buttons make sure that only creepers spawn, since they're about a half block shorter than zombies and skeletons. I only decided to build one layer because I don't need an insane amount of gunpowder right now, but this farm can be added by adding layers easily in the future. Pretty happy with the production for now, but I'll probably end up adding more to it later. Definitely recommend checking out Blaze MC's channel if you haven't before. Like I said, his stuff is really good, and his tutorials are super easy to follow. Alright, now that we're done getting stuff, it's time for the fun part. Like I've said before, one of my major goals in this world is building in every biome. And to get to all the biomes quickly, we're going to need a Nether hub. I'm thinking that I want the Nether hub's main portal to be a true storage room, so that way I spend a good amount of time there. I also already know that I want to build Bowser's Castle. I'm a huge Mario fan, and I think that it just looks so fun to build. And that'll look really nice in the lava in the Nether. I already know that I'm going to need a lot of stone for this build, but I'm not really too sure where I want to make the roof out of yet. That spot might be perfect, actually. Another thing to think about is that because I'm on bedrock, I don't have access to Lightmatica or any schematics like that, so this is all going to be organic. That's why the material list and where I want to build it are kind of still up in the air, but I do like the look of that spot. First thing that comes to mind when trying to make a green roof like Bowser's Castle has is the warped wood planks. I'm gonna grab a bunch of this quickly and see how it turns out. It might not be what we're looking for, but I think it's a good place to start. I love how it's looking down here, so let's go ahead and get a portal made. Let's see where our storage room will be. Cave, okay, a lush cave. Oh, this could be fire now. Hang on. Is that a mine shaft I see? Oh my god, a lush cave mine shaft? Bro, I'm getting the portal. Moving it down here. This looks so cool. We can make such a cool storage room down here. As cool as the storage room will be, it's gonna have to wait. We've got a castle to build. This should be more than enough stone to get us started with the outline. Let's get to it. That looks about right for the shape of Bowser's Castle. I think it matches pretty well. Next thing I want to do though is fill in the middle and get the floor so I don't have to worry about falling in lava. I'm thinking I want to model it after the Mario Kart track. I think it'd be really cool and just kind of a fun homage. So we're gonna need a bunch of glass and some red dye. That shouldn't take too long to smelt, and we have plenty of red dye from the roses in our iron farm. While that glass is smelting, I'm going to go ahead and use some tough bricks to lay down the Mario Kart map. This map is from a Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo, and it's called Bowser Castle 1. It's actually the very first Bowser Castle that you see reappear over and over again in all of the Mario games that come after. Alright, let's see how this turned out. I actually love how that came out. I think it's going to pop out way more clearly too once I get the red stained glass down. So let's get going on that. Another fun fact is that on higher difficulties in this game, the computer racers like Bowser or Donkey Kong Jr. would actually be programmed to try and bump the player into the lava. So it was extra punishing on this map and played a huge role in the actual design of the first Bowser Castle ever in Mario Kart. Something cool. Alright, that was it for the glass. I really like how this came out. I think it looks perfect, even better than I envisioned it, especially with the red stained glass. This guy needs to get out of here. Next thing on the list is to get going on outlining the walls. With the towers and wall outlined, we can definitely start to add some more gradient to the walls from that smooth stone to stone brick. But first, I want to go ahead and see how these tower roofs will look with the warped wood I talked about earlier. It's kind of hard to see, but I don't think that color is quite right. Yeah, I think this is going to have to come down. We need to find something else. I just don't think it looks right. Alright, so I might have lied. I actually kept it up and put up a moss roof, and I think that the moss roof looks significantly better, so that's what we're going to roll with. I know it's still kind of hard to see from here, but when you're up close, it definitely pops out more than the warped wood. Oh yeah, moss was definitely the call. I think this came out really nice. I also think, I'll pop the reference photo back up, that it matches the color that the roof actually is much more closely. But that might just be my own opinion. Anyway, let's get to building up these walls and getting a little bit of a gradient in there. This version of Bowser's Castle that I'm building is from Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, and for some reason, it's always the first version that I think of when I think of Bowser's Castle. The game came out in 2015, and I remember playing it on my 3DS while I was growing up, which is probably why I always think of it. I love how the green roof and the shells and Bowser's entire look are kind of implemented into the castle. I always thought that the Paper Marios were cool too, even though they were never as popular. Those outer towers came out great. I love the moss, but I think I'm going to try to replace them with emerald once I'm rich enough. Let's get on the inside towers. The top and the shape of all these towers came out great, but now I need to kind of find a way to bring them back into the roof of the castle itself, which clearly hasn't been started. So that should be interesting. I honestly don't even really know how I did it, but it ended up looking good, so we're gonna take it. Let's move on. That seems like a pretty solid height for the middle main tower. Let's go attach it. I threw on the top dome for the shell part later that I'm gonna add some detail to in a bit, but I put down this red stained glass along with these slabs and a little walkway around the top of the roof that I think makes it really nice. So let's get to detailing. I want to use bamboo buttons and bamboo in general for all the yellow parts of the castle, so we're on our way to find a jungle. That should be plenty for the time being. Yeah, those look perfect. Love how that turned out. I'm gonna have to go get some more bamboo and add them all over the place. But before I do that, I spent some time working on the interior because it's been a little bit neglected. And I just kind of lit it up everywhere with torches and everything because mobs were constantly spawning. I added some of the shroom lights around the top and some of the, I can't remember what it's called, the vines from the lush cave. I think it came out great. Excited to keep working on this. I also decided to make the doors come down kind of like a drawbridge, and I'm hoping that by using these slabs in this way, it kind of looks like they're being held out of the lava by chains. But I think that came out nice too. Alright, we need to bang out this exterior so that we can really get going on the interior. With the exterior complete for the time being, I want to shift my focus to adding some details to the interior. I started off with these gates over the doors I think look nice, but I really need to figure out what I want this room to be. It's never really going to be complete because it is a nether hub that's always going to be added onto, but I want to have it feeling like there's something going on here besides just being an empty space with a ton of glass. So I'm thinking I'm just going to try and make it kind of like a treasure room and show you guys the end result. So yeah,